So the other day, I had a really interesting conversation with a theist, Christian in particular, about the problem of evil. And every Christian I've ever talked to, every theist I've ever talked to about this, always ends up putting me, the atheist, in the position of arguing for an omnipotent God, an all-powerful God. And I always caveat that with that it is logically possible. So the quote unquote argument, can God make a rock so big it can't lift it? That's a logical impossibility. Squaring around, making a round square, logical impossibility. Those types of things just automatically throughout, they're ridiculous. Although occasionally funny to spring on people. Um, but so this is a problem because what they always respond with is that God doesn't want to violate free will. So the question becomes, if a parent stops their child from hitting another child by grabbing their arm, let's say, is that interfering with the child's free will? If it is it okay to do at that point to stop something evil from happening? And that's kind of the question, and I never really get a good answer to that, right? If a parent can do it, why can't God? I mean, God is omnipotent. He has more options than a parent does. A parent doesn't have many options. If a parent's across the room, really the only option they have is to yell and cross the room. Um, but they don't have, but God would not have that problem. God is omnipotent. So God could stop the arm just by putting an invisible barrier there. He could just simply teleport the offending child away, or teleport the victim away, whichever way you wanted to go that way. There are options that an omnipotent God has that we as non-omnipotent beings don't have. And this is what makes the problem of evil such a problem for anybody who believes in an all-powerful, omnibenevolent, omniscient, omnipotent God. He can be one of those three, but can't be all three. He can be two of the three, but can't be all three. And of course, could be none of the three if there is a God. That would fit the definition, or being that would fit the definition of God that is not all three of those. So those are still possible. But what is not possible is to have a God who is omnibenevolent, omniscient, and omnipotent. Because as an omnibenevolent God, he always wants good to happen. As an omniscient God, he always knows when evil is happening. And as an omnipotent God, he has the ability to stop it. And no, he doesn't have to limit that to just violating free will. By saying that, you're limiting the power of God. And you make me, the atheist, argue for something I don't believe in, which is an omnipotent God. You are arguing for a less than all-powerful God. Anyway, something to think about. Let me know if you can actually, if you're a Christian, actually make an argument that defeats uh, the problem of evil and without violating one of the omnis. Good luck. Thanks.